It's 7:30 p.m. Moscow time inside Putin's luxurious Crimean guest house, and champagne is flowing. Russia's elite gather for a special evening. Military commanders, FSB operatives, wealthy oligarchs, all celebrating their grip on the Black Sea. They have no idea they're about to become history's most expensive cautionary tale. Miles offshore, something is moving through the darkness. The Magura V5 drone boat cuts through the Black Sea like a phantom. 16 feet of fiberglass and Ukrainian ingenuity, practically invisible to radar. Inside its belly, 6 OSA FPV drones, each a 13-inch guided missile carrying a 1.5-pound shaped charge designed to turn metal and concrete into tissue paper. The target isn't just another building. The Foros 40 Sanatorium is where Russia's war criminals vacation, nestled beside 4 state-owned dachas where the FSB plots their next moves. Taking it out means blinding their intelligence operations and securing Ukraine's vital grain export corridor. But here's what makes this mission impossible. Russia controls this coastline with $1 billion worth of air defenses, fighter jets, electronic warfare systems, and special forces. How do you beat that with 6 small drones? You don't fight their war, you make them fight ghosts. At 7:31, 3 miles from shore, the Magura slows. Bay doors open, 6 silent shapes slip into the water one by one. The mothership provides a final 10-second laser guidance lock, then vanishes back into the darkness. Its children are on their own now. The OSA drones accelerate instantly, moving from 0 to 60 miles per hour in seconds, skimming so low they taste the salt spray. But they're not flying in formation like sitting ducks. They're executing something Ukraine's GUR intelligence service calls the ghost chain. The lead drone releases a cloud of metallic chaff, 500 strips of aluminum that light up Russian radar screens like a blizzard of targets. Behind this electronic smoke screen, the other 5 drones tuck in tight, hugging the base of the Foros cliffs where the rock itself creates a radar shadow. At this exact moment, a $10,000 Russian thermal scope catches a heat signature. A Spetsnaz operator raises his specialized EMP gun. Miles out, the decoy drone explodes in sparks and plunges into the sea. The Russian radios in its victory, unaware that 5 invisible assassins just slithered past him in the cliffline shadows below. He won a battle against a ghost, but his radio call awakens the real monsters. 30 seconds later, a Pantsir S-1 air defense battery near Yalta lights up. The operators see the chaff cloud Ukraine designed them to see, one massive signature moving at 60 miles per hour. The system screams enemy. A $20 million defense network locks onto aluminum foil. A multi-million-dollar surface-to-air missile ignites, racing to intercept at Mach 3. In his bunker beneath Odessa, the Ukrainian operator watches the missile track and smirks. Go ahead, waste your money. The missile impacts the chaff cloud with devastating force, vaporizing aluminum strips in a flash of light. The Russians think they scored a direct hit. In reality, they just punched a hole in the air. While every Russian eye watches the phantom they just killed, the Magura V5, now 10 miles offshore, broadcasts a fake signature mimicking a large vessel, drawing a Russian patrol boat away. The trap is perfectly set. A minute later, sirens scream across Sevastopol. An Su-30 fighter jet rockets skyward, a Mach 1.9 $50 million Predator built to kill anything that flies. So how can plywood drones survive? By refusing to play the jet's game. The swarm splits. 2 drones drop lower, becoming invisible in sea clutter. 3 climb to 200 feet. Suddenly, the Russian pilot isn't hunting one target. He's solving an impossible geometry problem with threats at multiple altitudes, all maneuvering dangerously close to civilian dachas. He can't engage them all. Frustrated, Russia unleashes their digital hammer, a 5-mile-wide blanket of electronic warfare, an invisible hurricane of radio energy powerful enough to deafen any machine. The operators in Odessa watch their control links fill with static. For a terrifying moment, the drones are on their own. But the OSA's AI simply ignores it. Like a teenager with noise-canceling headphones tuning out parents, the system switches to internal gyroscopes, navigating by instinct with 98% accuracy. You can jam the sky, but you can't jam the laws of physics. On the ground, Spetsnaz teams deploy kinetic nets and thermal-guided machine guns. Tracers connect. One OSA drone disappears in a brilliant flash against the dark cliffs. 1 down, 4 to go. In the Odessa bunker, the operator wipes sweat from his brow. His screen flashes the night's most important number, 20 seconds to target. Hold steady, he breathes. Just hold steady. Russia has a cheetah, Ukraine has a fox, and in hide and seek, the fox always wins. In a stroke of ingenuity, one of the OSA drones does something insane. It changes its electronic signature to look like a civilian passenger plane on a collision course with a local school. It's a bluff, a work of digital genius, and it puts Russian commanders in an impossible position. Fire and risk an international incident shooting down a passenger plane over a school, or hesitate. That hesitation is all Ukraine needs. On radar screens in Sevastopol, confusion turns to panic. Conflicting orders are shouted. The entire air defense system, from the billion-dollar S-400 to the soldier with his rifle, freezes for critical seconds. Every Russian eye turns to the phantom civilian plane. They forget about the real threat. And while they're distracted, 4 attack drones slip through the chaos, emerging from the radar shadow with a clear line of sight to Foros 40 Sanatorium. Far at sea, now 20 miles from coast and hiding in a grain freighter's shadow, the Magura V5 performs its final act. It sends a tight beam laser pulse across the water, a final whisper of data that corrects damaged drone number 3's 3.6-degree targeting error. In the Odessa bunker, the operator watches 4 green boxes lock onto the thermal signature of the main hull. He leans into his microphone, voice calm and cold. The trap is sprung. Time to deliver the punch. It's now 10 minutes since the drone stepped out, and by now, the Russian commanders realize they've been played, and hesitation turns to rage. The Pantsir system roars to life, 30mm cannons spitting 4,000 rounds per minute, a wall of steel filling the air. The sky erupts in a storm of explosive shells designed to shred aircraft. It's a desperate final attempt to stop the inevitable. But the 4 OSA drones don't evade. They don't scatter. They converge like avenging angels, diving through the curtain of fire toward a single point of attack, the main hall of the sanatorium. The lead drone places its crosshairs directly over the heat signature of the crowded banquet hall, a perfect, unshakable lock. Fox 3, release payload. 4 1.5-pound shaped charges detach, fins snapping open as they begin their terminal dive at over 200 miles per hour. Their job done, the 4 drone motherships bank hard, turning back toward the sea, toward the Magura waiting patiently in the shipping lanes. The operator in the bunker doesn't wait to see impact. He stands, slapping the console in triumph. Delivery complete. Now we get the hell out of here. Inside the Dhaka, a high-ranking VIP drops his glass of caviar, shattering it on marble. "How is this possible?" he screams. "We jammed everything." But the OSA warheads don't care about jamming. They don't have electronics to fry. They are pure kinetic rage, guided by the unchangeable laws of physics. The first warhead hits the glass roof of the main hall. It doesn't shatter, it vaporizes. 4-inch armored glass struck with 700 foot-pounds of force, equivalent to being hit by a pickup truck at highway speed. The 1.5-pound shaped charge detonates, but the explosion doesn't expand, it focuses inward. In a microsecond, the copper lining becomes a superheated jet of molten metal burning at 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This jet punches through the marble floor as if it were cardboard, a finger of man-made lightning striking the beast's heart. Then, the dominoes fall. The blast wave severs gas lines in the kitchen. A secondary explosion erupts, a massive fireball blowing the entire western wall into the Black Sea. Another warhead finds the VIP garage, turning a $750,000 armored Mercedes into a 100-foot column of fire. The final warhead strikes the special event hall dead center. The secret meeting table and war plans turn to ash. The electromagnetic pulse from the blasts fries local radar systems, leaving a massive section of the Crimean coast completely blind. As dawn breaks, the full picture is revealed. A $50 million sanatorium reduced to a smoking ruin, a jagged scar on the beautiful coastline. Russia's secret war plans disrupted, their Black Sea fleet forced back, widening Ukraine's safe grain corridor by 20%. A clear reminder that the oldest lesson is always the truest. The biggest wolf can be brought down by the smallest arrow, as long as the aim is true. Ukraine's ghost chain, born from the front lines of brutal war, turned the sea itself into a weapon. It proved that billion-dollar defenses can be defeated by creativity, courage, and $30,000 worth of drones, and that the Russian Empire is just a sandcastle waiting for the tide. If you enjoyed this video and would love to do a deep dive into videos like this, check out this next video on a Russian train obliterated by Ukrainian drones. Link in the description below.